Hello again, Internet. A little bit of a different video for you today, and it might be something I actually continue with. New Sensei recently took up recording all of his training sessions and putting them up on YouTube. This first one I'm going to do is actually going to be focused on not necessarily using my bow, but I'm actually going to be using my trainer, because I've had a couple of requests, most notably from New Sensei, that he wanted to see it in action, see how I use it, see how to use it, and just try and evaluate how useful it is. I think it's really useful. I've really enjoyed using it to practice my release specifically. I could change it. I could modify things with the string to create it into a strength trainer. But part of the reason I really like it as a shot trainer is the fact that even though it is a very low pull poundage-wise, it's actually a good thing as far as I can tell. It allows me to focus on the shot process a little bit more. I don't, shoot at a target, so there's not that distracting me. There's no arrow. I'm honestly not aiming at all. I focus on consistency. I focus on my draw, and I focus on my back tension, and trying to engage all those things at the same time without having to worry about where the arrow's going. And I really like that. Where I normally do this routine is in my room. However, it's kind of too small to have a camera set up properly in order to capture this. So I've gone ahead and taken this outside just so you guys can actually see, full what's going on with everything and how exactly I use this thing. I just go through some basic, drills, basically acting like I'm shooting, but no aiming. And you may ask, how is this different from just using a normal stretching band? And as you can see, the main difference is it's not hitting my hand. And I can still focus on consistent draw, turning my elbow, consistent release. Now, one thing to note about this is the fact that because it's not an actual bow, there are some slight balance issues, and I haven't really found a way to correct that at this point in time. If anyone out there has suggestions on how to, because the biggest thing is it actually kind of wobbles like this a lot more than my actual bow does. And other than adding a ton of weight to the bottom, I really haven't found a way to help fix that. So any suggestions on addressing that issue, if you have one of these yourself, if you notice something, I'm more than happy to accept any kind of suggestions about how to improve this, because, like I said, I really enjoy this as an indoor training aid. Because I'm really able to just focus on the shot process. And as you can see, I still have issues remembering my elbow turn. And that's definitely something I need to work on personally. And another reason why I've really enjoyed using this is really all I need. I don't need to worry about gloves. I don't need to worry about an arm guard, because it's nice and low, so I don't really feel any pain in the fingers, even after doing it for 20 minutes at a time, which is typically a session I actually do this with. And it's something you can do pretty much anywhere, anytime. The main reason I built this is I wanted something like the Astro Shot Trainer, where it lets you do the same thing, but not spend as much money as the Astro Shot Trainer is. That was my biggest motivation behind this all. I wanted something that worked exactly like the Shot Trainer, where I'm using a bow without, spending $80. This entire setup cost me $25 to make. And that's including all the screw-ups, that's including the paracord, that's including the stretching bands. The whole thing, it's very reasonable as far as prices go. And it doesn't look just like a bow, but it handles very similar. Oh dear. Okay, so back inside, and what actually just happened there at the end, I guess after a few weeks of using this 3 to 4 times a week, this other zip tie that was over here, that's just like that, I guess they don't last as long as I thought they might. I guess hitting that plastic repeatedly over and over for the past few weeks, it actually weakened it to the point that it finally just snapped. That's definitely a problem with the longevity of the trainer, but the cost effectiveness, zip ties, they're dirt cheap. 100 pack I think is like $2 at a hardware store. It doesn't really affect the cost effectiveness of it, but it's definitely something I think I'm going to address as far as longevity of the trainer. Everything else is really holding up very, very well. The zip ties on the two ends that aren't striking are still holding up very well. I don't notice any cracks or anything like that. I'm guessing it's just literally over time, smack, the repeated hitting of that plastic pipe just broke it. A typical training session goes with a warm-up of holding exercises with the stretching band, and then I go ahead and use the trainer to, practice my release, feel my back tension, make sure I'm still rotating my elbow, also making sure that I'm anchoring consistently, that I feel my back tension engaging with my release, that I'm releasing consistently, and yeah, I typically do that, 20 minutes, and it's really easy to do because you just pick it up, string it, and go at it. You don't need to worry about finding your glove or getting your arm guard on, because there's no pain involved. I have yet to be hurt by my trainer, and I've been using it pretty consistently for the past few weeks. So hopefully that answers any questions people may have had out there about how to use it, about its usefulness in general, about how I use it. Let me know if there's any other questions you guys have out there. I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm more than happy to address any concerns, and I'm more than open to suggestions about how to improve this. If we build a nice little thing here, improving on my base, I am more than willing to give credit where credit is due. I have really been enjoying this, and I hope you guys can too. Anyway, that's it for today, and I will see you next time.